This is Horizon's FD75 motor yacht. This is a voluminous motor yacht for its size, and it's got a really great beach club. We're going to do a full features walkthrough, so why don't we come on board and take a look. Let's step on board, and immediately there's a fantastic area to show you. Now, of course, we've seen some big tender garage and lazarette areas, but what Horizon have done with the FD75 is they've utilised this space to create this fantastic beach club. And if I take a couple of steps down, you'll get a better perspective of what's on offer here, because you really are beautifully connected to water level. We've got this lovely lounging area here. You can see it's been beautifully finished. And then just to this side, we've got a pair of cooling drawers. There's also ice makers. There's a fantastic serving space, so if you've got platters and those kind of things, or if you've even crewed the boat, this is a great place for them to come and help out. And then if you look up a little bit further, you can see there that we've got a freshwater shower. So we've been utilising some water toys, snorkeling, jumping on and off the boat. That's a great place to wash down before the end of the day. There's a very large hydraulic high-low swim platform. You can see there that we've got one sea bob on the back, but this is definitely capable of taking a good, I'd say 3.5 metre tender, and so that's terrific. There's also a day head. This is perfect, isn't it, to be able to have a day head at water level on the beach club. That just makes life fantastic. So they've really done a great job at fitting this area out for entertaining, a great time. It's terrific. And you might have spotted it, there's also a television for watching the game. So what could be better than spending a day at water level like this on this FD75? Great start. We'll take the port side steps up, and we've got a lovely classic arrangement underneath the hardtop, seating for, I would say, 8 to 10 guests, pretty comfortably actually. Around here there's provisioning for cooling over here. I dare say if you wanted that you could have that specced out with a small grill. That's obviously a large cooling section in there, and that's a pop-up sink, but you might configure that in a completely different way altogether. Side access off this deck, the starboard side, and there's also one of those side access gates on the port side, but it's a lovely aft cockpit. We're going to move forward to the forward decks in a little while. You can see here that access forward on the port side is it's like an asymmetric design. So we've got better access forward on the starboard side like that, and we are going to head up there in a little while. Into the main deck salon, the doors off to the cockpit have like fully pulled back, and so you've got this completely open planned living arrangement. There's a very, very large cooling drawer just there, so that's perfect again for entertaining on that main deck. A lovely aft facing lounging area like this, very homely feel, and then that's connected directly opposite to your television, which looks like that. Dining over here to the starboard side, it's very, very nice, and there's a few different options that you can take. Now, of course, the boat's big enough to be crewed, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So you could, if you wanted, spec the boat to have a drop down section like that to close off this, but as this one has been built, it's completely open plan, and I think that looks particularly nice. If you move around, we can see we've got dishwasher just here, large sink areas, cooktop and ovens like this, good amounts of benchtop space, and I think that island works particularly well as a place to socialise with your guests. Microwave tucked into the end of that island like that is very effective, and then you've got wine coolers over here, and then all of your refrigerating needs are tucked in behind here with these integrated freezer, and this is a integrated refrigerator like that. So really well laid out. You can see it's an open plan aesthetic that Horizon go for with these boats, but I think it works particularly well. We're going to drop down a level because what we find down here is an owner's cabin. It's like a half deck step down on just below the main deck. And again, it's got that same lovely neutral pallet. It's a bit of a beach club kind of vibe to it. Single level, no steps around the bed, which is always desirable. Large window sections like that. And then through to a very generous ensuite for the owners, like this. Use of the natural stone in here works really well. Big round rainfall waterhead there. And it's a very nice ensuite head. That's lovely. We'll come back out of here. Those steps take us up to the flybridge, and the ones to the left there take us down to the lower deck accommodation. We might duck down and have a look at the other guest cabins while we've got a clear run at that. So the first of those guest cabins looks like this. A nice double, nice walk around, double or queen size berth, I think that is. AV equipment. Lockers. Nice and deep, full length. And that's an interesting finish, isn't it? It's like a rattan finish. It's pretty nice. Again, it's kind of tying in with the beach club vibe I think they've gone for. Ensuite head here. It's really nice. The second of the guest cabins is here. This feels a little roomier than the one we were just in. You can see there we've got cabinetry to port, and then the starboard side we've got the ensuite head. This almost feels, I'd say this is probably the VIP. This feels like the bigger of the cabins, like that. And then the head is like this. Yeah, I'd say this definitely is the VIP. It's almost the same size as the owner's cabin we saw upstairs, which was also full beam. So that's quite interesting. It's not often that you'd see two full beam staterooms, and they've squeezed it in to a 75-foot platform as well. So that's particularly clever. Just forward of here before we leave the lower deck, there's a dedicated laundry room. Great size too. Plenty of bench top, plenty of storage, and a stack of washer and dryers. And I think if I pop that up, that conceals cleaning, laundry cleaning products. You've got an iron in there, all of that. But that's really nice, very discreet. There you go. So it's an interesting lower deck configuration. One really nice VIP cabin and a second cabin that is full beam to complement the first full beam cabin that we saw, that half deck down. Interesting. I really like that. Let's go up onto the fly bridge. And here we see the single bridge of the boat. It's got 3 helm chairs, so place for people to come and keep the captain or the owner company. 3 large Garmin multifunction displays. You can see there we've got the engine controls, the thrusters. This is our steering backup, so that's a nice piece of redundancy as well as things like autopilot, communication. All of those things are there. There's access out to the forward deck. We are going to go and check that out. Spinning around, you can see we've got a pretty much, it's a blank canvas in effect. We've got a dining table. It's kind of like a raised bar, almost like a bar table in effect. That's really interesting, kind of casual, not formal. And then over this side, we've got a like a casual seating area like this, and there's some storage under there. Similarly, over here we've got a place for serving food or anything of that nature. And then over here, I think what we'll find is that we've got an ice maker tucked in there. Actually, that's a Dometic air conditioning vent. Oh, there you go. But we do have a big cooling chest. I knew there'd be one of those somewhere. So we've got that, and then there's also the convenience of a day head on this deck as well. That's terrific. The aft deck again is a bit of a blank canvas. We've got the same type of seating that we saw in the enclosed fly bridge here, and then we've got space here to do a few different things. Now, you would have spotted the big davit crane. So typically you're going to have your tender here, but there was space down on that swing platform. So if you chose to have, a smaller tender or maybe personal watercraft, if you wanted to keep this space for more entertaining, or maybe drop a jacuzzi on here, you could do that. Or you could bring all of this furniture inside, and then once your tender's in the water, you could then bring this out and get the dual use of it, which is probably what I would do. Over here, entertaining paradise. There's a big electric grill that looks like that. Nice size sink. There's going to be ice makers, refrigeration, perfect. So this then, once that tender is in the water, becomes a real entertaining fun zone. Isn't that fantastic? Brilliant. So what we'll do, we'll come forward and we'll utilize that port side door, and we'll head forward. You can see that we've basically we've stepped over that owner's cabin, which was that half level down, which is why there's no side access around the boat on that level. And then we reach this space here. So we've got sunbeds for 4 people, I would say 3 to 4 people. We've got all of the boats, anchor gear nicely concealed away just there. Normally there is storage underneath here. There probably is. Yeah, there is. It's well under the cushion, so I'm not going to muck around and try to remove all that in the middle of the boat show. But there's also this seating area just here. So really nice social zone. Fusion audio control. You can see we've got the speakers. So this becomes a really fun place to come and sit yourself and enjoy a day like today. This would be a bunch of fun. Perfect. Alrighty, so I reckon what we'll do is we'll move back up this way, and the last thing we'll do is we'll have a look at those engine rooms. Access down into the engines is going to be through that lazarette tender garage that we saw at the start of the tour, that big amazing beach club. And if I duck down, you can probably hear the faint noise of the engines, and here we are. Oh, that looks great, doesn't it? I haven't seen Horizon brand their engine room floors like that. That's terrific. So let's come in. Great headroom as always with Horizon. They rack out their engine rooms exceptionally well, in my opinion. I'll just move all the way forward so you can get a great view back. These are a pair of Caterpillar C18 ACERT engines. Each one of these produces about 1150 horsepower. Now, at the start of the video, you would have noted that we said this is the FD model, which is fast displacement, and so that means that hull is designed to achieve slightly higher top speeds and cruising speeds, and so the max speed for this one is around 20 knots, and it will perform comfortably at around 15 to 17 knots. And in terms of range, if you were to drop that back down to around 10 knots, you're going to get range of around 1,000 nautical miles. Just giving you a perspective down there, you see how we've got that blue light so that there's great visibility when working underneath the boat, underneath the engines, and there you can see those straight shafts heading back out, and we can do the same on this side. Looks fantastic. We've seen what else that we can see here. The generators, there's one tucked on that side, and then that's balanced out by the second generator, which is tucked in on that side. You can see our fresh water makers, batteries, all of those beautifully positioned. These are visual gauges, so you can see visually how much fuel is being held in both of the tanks. The standard fuel capacity is about 9,000 metric litres. I'm not exactly sure what that is in US gallons. Someone's going to tell me. It's probably around 2,000 or 3,000 gallons. But there you go. That enables you to switch fuel between the tanks, fire extinguishing, filtration over there, and then tucked right around that corner, I think that's the fresh water maker in there. So there you go. One more look. Terrific. Great engine room. Beautiful. I reckon we'll head back out onto that beach club and we'll wrap this up. So that is our full features yacht tour of Horizon's FD75 motor yacht. Super interesting boat. the way they've used the full beam of the boat to create those 2 full beam cabins, and it does feel much bigger than a 75-foot boat, I have to say. Thank you to Horizon Australia for getting me on board today so I could show you this great boat. If you or someone you know are interested in buying one of these, they are the people to talk to. They're extremely helpful and collaborative people. So why don't we leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next week on another video. Bye for now.